Hello. Welcome to episode, I think it's 14. I think it's 14 of Out of the Park 22 Perfect Draft Dynasty. This is the Hurricane edition because Hurricane, I guess it's Henri. I've not heard it said, but it's the way it's spelled. I believe it's Henri, is about to come right over our heads. It's already started, but my house is in the like the direct path of it here at Rhode Island. And so who knows, maybe I'll lose power halfway through this. I don't think so. I'm recording this at like it's 11:11 Eastern Standard Time in the morning. And it hasn't made landfall yet, and it's not supposed to for like another hour. So right now we have some breezes and some rain, but I don't think this will take an hour. So we'll pull through. This was the last tournament. This was 872. This was the offensive team. And as you can see, I made it into the second round, but then things fell apart as we lost to the Burns Rebels. Let's see how far they got. They won the thing. So at least we lost to a champion who really was fairly positive or fairly solid the whole way through. There's a Norwalk team out of Connecticut. The Rebels, before we get to anything else, they were very average except in the rotation. Look at that. So I went offensive. I went very offensive. They went very pitching. They were first in whip. They were first in bullpen ERA, first in WAR, which I think happens as you go to win a tournament. You generally end up first in WAR. Second in strikeouts. They were 12th in runs against because their defense wasn't great. They were last in errors. But if you look, they were also awesome hitting wise, and they did what I typically do. They were first in stolen bases. They were first in base running. They also were first in home runs. I mean, Bob Bailey going 387, 623. That would do it. Jazz Chisholm hitting 5 home runs would also do it. Which Chisholm? This was the 79 Chisholm. So that would do it. Getting 11 home runs out of that group, out of that two alone, like words. That would very, very easily do it there. I mean, also having Nick Madrigal, I love that card. That's a great card. Having Andrew Vaughn, like they built through offense. I mean, Vaughn 96, Madrigal in 85, Velati is up there. Yeah, in 87. They did have Johnny Cueto and Roy, which I don't understand. I thought it was Elroy Face. That always trips me up. Looking at our team, at our Grays, I had that I hate Salbando. I really don't like that card. He did hit very well in this. He did very well. With 389, 2 homers, 8 RBIs, putting in nearly 1 full WAR in 11 games. I mean, yeah, he did well. I just don't like the card. I don't like as a DH, yes. I would like it as a DH. I don't like it as a third baseman. Our pitching was okay. Our bullpen was our downfall. As you could see, we were last in bullpen ERA with a 14.94, and we were 14th in FIP. And that's not going to get it done. So that strategy didn't exactly work. I mean, our defense was terrible. So when you're pitching, your defense is bad. It doesn't matter how offensive you are. I mean, that's just a truism. So, all right. Well, let's see. I'm in the daily early iron, and that's hopefully win some dime packs. I just found out about that yesterday. I had no idea that existed. I'm gonna do a 10K because it might be a while before I get to do another tournament. So we're gonna jump in on this, and let's see what happens. I might end up going back to the old strategy, which is to just build the team that unfolds and not try and shoehorn anything in there. Now, there is only one choice here. Yeah, I know Bill Dickey's here and Joe Morgan. And this Joe Morgan, um, I've been told is probably the best second baseman in the game. Even with Jackie Robinson, this is probably the best one. And I could definitely see that. Um, and I could see myself taking this card, to be honest with you. I guess there's two choices because the other one and the one that I'm looking at is Pedro Martinez. I mean, this card is filthy. I've not been able to use this card yet. And I think I'm going to stick with my, yeah, I'm going to stick with Pedro. The Joe Morgan card, now that I see it, is very impressive. I really, I guess this is a franchise hero card. I don't know if this is the one that you get for like completing all the red stuff, but I don't know. So I'm going to go Pedro. Joe Morgan is a worthy choice. Everybody else is kind of but we'll take Pedro. And I'm rewarded for that because Dick Macwiff is here. Excellent hitting card, excellent defense, can do everything. I mean, I could still get him and put him at shortstop and be all right. So we're gonna take that. I know Buck Leonard is here, but the versatility of Macwiff is really the allure of that card. Miras Ramirez on a 98. Jason Isringhausen, 94, 94 Scott Stewart, 94 Luis Aparicio, 99 Don Sutton, 91 Emmerich Hendrick. This offers some choices. So the Sutton, I've had this card. I'm not as far as 99s go, this one's pretty weak. It's just not a great card. The movement is above average, but not elite. Amiris Ramirez, it's a pretty robust card. Doesn't run at all, but everything else is very solid with the card. And then Aparicio, I mean, that's a very good card, especially when I put Mekawef at third or at second. Yeah, I'm going to go with Aparicio here over Ramirez. The defense, the running. Yep. I'm going to do that. I can't bring myself to take down Sutton. I can't. All right. Gold round one. Jim Delaney, John Wilson, Ted Gray, Troy Percival, Glenn Hyatt, Adam Kennedy, Jeff Blauser, Marcus Stroman, Ty Cobb, Jason Frazier, Chick Hafey, and John Henry Johnson. This is a very good round. This is a very solid round. Now, to me, there are just two options here. It's not Glenn Hyatt because the defense is terrible. It's John Wilson. I think if you've seen this channel enough, you can understand why I like this card. The arm does lack. That is a thing. The arm lacks. And Chick Hafey. And this ends up being my DH card. Just pure hitter. Pure hitter, not going to walk a lot. We'll strike out a little bit more. I get that. You could say, well, what about Ty Cobb? Which, yes, for a DH card, this is very worthy. This is. He runs better than Hafey. I just, the power available with Hafey. I definitely see the merit of taking Cobb with this card, but if we're going to compare the two, with Hafey, you get the gap power. I know you get the tremendous avoid strikeouts and good eye with Cobb, which honestly, if I'm looking at just a DH card, the on base is going to be better, which is really kind of what I would covet in this situation with a DH is the on base. He does lack against the lefties, where I just realized I did not turn off notifications. Just let me, I don't even know if you could see it, to be honest, but I have no idea what you could see. Siri just wanted to talk to me. Uh, anyway, if I'm looking at just a DH card, because defensively they're terrible. They're not good defensively. Like this is neither of these two are guys I'm going to want to play. But if you're looking at a pure hitter, Hafey's going to be better against lefties. Like he's somebody you could plug in and play. Like if I have Cobb, it's still good, but I would probably be looking to have somebody to play against lefties. Which does throw things off a little bit, but all right, I could talk myself in the cop. Now I don't want to get I don't want to get two DH cards. So Wilson's a given. Although I mean I know Percival's here. But no, I'll go with Cobb. I know the Hafey card is really good, but I'm gonna go with Cobb. I talked myself into it. Here's where the versatility in McWolf really comes into play because he's going to be he'll be a second baseman. CJ Abrams can settle in at shortstop. And there's Garrett Crochet. Oh my goodness. This is like holy cow. This is a ridiculous round. Yeah. And I just realized I have Aparicio. So Crochet is awesome. Clark Schmidt is awesome and a ground ball pitcher. Crochet being a lefty is always good. And there's Corbin Carroll here. This is one of the best gold rounds I've seen. Like, this is excellent. And it's Steve O'Neill's here. That's a very good card. This is gonna be a tough round. I can't. Wow. I'm really curious. What would you do? The Corbett Carroll card. I love this card. I do. I love this card. He's on my gold. I'm in the gold league right now, not doing well. As the season winds down, I'm not going to make the playoffs. Be the first time in I think 9 seasons I haven't made the playoffs or something like that. I'm just hoping to get to a winning record. I don't think that's going to happen. But Corbett Carroll's currently my left fielder. In part because I don't have the funds to get a better left fielder at this moment for a gold league, but that's how much I love this card. Alec Thomas, I had moved Alec Thomas because it was just too high to like being able to sell that for what I did was ridiculous. Now we can look at Crochet, we can look at Schmidt. Oops. There we go. So Crochet has, honestly, the Crochet is better. Yeah, you're getting an extra pitch with Schmidt. In my view, Crochet is better because, yeah, the changeup isn't great. There are 4 elite pitches here. The stuff is better. For Crochet with everything else being comparable. The Carroll card really makes me want to take that card. I do. That's really hard for me to not take. I could talk myself into taking both these pitchers though. And hoping I get as versatile a card later down the line. But that's such a good card. Crochet's a thing that's going to happen. There's also O'Neill, who is a good overall player. He runs better than your average catcher. Wow, I have not had a round this hard in a while. There's also Kevin Gosman, who is okay, but it's not a card I'm going to take with the options I have here. This is really difficult. And I've got 10 minutes left, so I've got to kind of move it. Boy, do you take the Carroll? Do you take the Schmidt? I hate going against my love of Corbin Carroll, but I think I have to take the Schmidt. This is just, oh my God. I really, I really don't know. All right, I'm gonna take the Schmidt. I'm gonna take the Schmidt and just move on. And it pains me so much that that happened. That really hurts. Oh, okay. This is the first time we've seen this Joshua Baez like on this series because it just came out. But also like the first time I've just seen it in a tournament. Now this guy can also pitch. He's a two-way and he will be used as a two-way. He's probably like my closer or something. I don't know. He could be a fourth starter. He can play left field. He can play right field. He play left field. He'd settle in and play left field. So that's gonna be one of the guys that I take here. And then after that, it's probably Leon Day. And you can make Baez a closer. Um, Day is really good. There's also Vin Campbell, and I really like this card too because I mean you'll see why this ends up being a pretty decent DH card, especially in a lineup like ones I like to put together. Um, Orber Marino is here. I mean Justin Turner, Devers cards pretty solid as well. Boy, these gold rounds have been really good. It's almost like I don't have an excuse to screw this up. I mean, Matt Miller's here. I've got 8 minutes. I'm just screwing around. I guess having three top starters and Baez could be the fourth. I guess I would take Vin Campbell over Leon Day. Well, can Leon hit? He can hit a little bit. Um, like it's not really, I wouldn't necessarily use him as a two-way. He could be a pinch hitter. But that's hmm, dead airs are really good to have. Uh I'm gonna take Campbell. I'm gonna take Campbell and Baez. And we'll use Baez probably as a fourth starter unless I pick up a good one here. John Genzel. So the cards: Jose Leclerc, Jordan Hicks, Wayne Tollison, Joe Astroth, uh, Andrew Kittredge, Bob Kennedy, Fausto Carmona, Brian Bevel, Jelly Gardner, Hal Lee, John Gansel, and Colby Lewis. Um, Jelly Gardner is a guy I would take for center field, and that's going to be a thing. And John Gansel, I love this card. This guy runs like crazy. The defense is okay. Having McAuliffe at second base really helps. Um, that's where I'm going for this round. And then we can start loading up our pitchers. This would be one where I take Jordan Hicks, but to be able to solidify two positions that well with guys I'm really confident with, I'll go with that. Now, this is where I could take Cole Henry. He's performed well for me before. I like this Cole Henry. And so I will take Cole Henry. That will be one of the ones for sure. Ian Anderson is also a really good choice, as is Kevin Rogers as a reliever. Ducky Holmes being here too. That's a solid card. Wow. Like I feel like these rounds have been loaded. I've got 6 minutes left. You could see why I like this. I'm not going to take him, but you could see why. Hugh Duffy, also an excellent card to pick up at this stage, but I'll lean into the pitching. Ian Anderson or Kevin Rogers. Probably Kevin Rogers, being a lefty, also being just a reliever. Like he could be my closer. Baez could be my closer too. I get that. If I were to compare and do so quickly, because I got to move. The Anderson, like you're kind of paying for control. Rogers has better movement. I get it. He's a two-pitch pitcher, but has a better curveball and a good sinker. We'll go with Rogers over Anderson. And we get to round 9, under 5 minutes to go. I need a catcher. I need a third baseman. I do have outfielders. I'm set on that. I need more pitching. That's where Tom Gorman and Brian Hayes both really just come in pretty well there. Like this is going very well so far. Um, this Hayes, I mean, really does offer everything, especially that defense. That defense is awesome. You compare him to Aaron Boone, who he has really good defense too, but it's kind of masked because the error is not good. I feel like the Hayes is just a better overall card. I mean, Boone does run really well. This Tom Gorman is a favorite of mine. I know I just showed it. I forgot I just showed it. Turk Wendell's here too. It's a pretty good card, but if they're both fly ball pitchers, I'll take the lefty and I'll be happy with it. And I'll take Hayes and off we go. All right. Bronze rounds. Jose Quintana, Johnny McCarty. I know I've been saying the rounds for like some of them. I should be saying them for all of them, but I just haven't. John Cangelosi, I remember that guy. Gerald Laird will probably end up being my catcher. Dykes K, AJ Sager, Larry Bigby, Tim Hill, Tommy Helms, Bob Wood, DeMarcus Evans, and Andrew Knapp. So we'll take Laird. I'm not even going to bother looking at it because just the defense is fine. And I only got 6 pitchers. So Jose Quintana is probably good enough at this stage. Also another lefty over Dice K, where it's a good card, got a lot of good pitches. Quintana, yeah, okay, I'll take Dice K. I'll take Dice K. We're gonna move on because I'm under 3 minutes. Gerardo Perdomo was a decent card. Trevor Rosenthal, Gabe Gross, Jeff Tabaka, Roy Brashear, Kyle Ryan, Woody Rich, Austin Slater, Carlos Santana, Edward Bizardo, John Snyder, David Loff. Perdomo, he can play a couple positions. He can hit okay. He can field. He'll be my backup infielder. I'm good with that. And then pitching wise, I need to get a pitcher in this round. This is where Bizardo probably comes into play. Good stuff. Decent, good enough control. The movement's average, which isn't terrible. Over somebody like Trevor Rosenthal, where the control, I think you pay for that. I would rather take Bizardo in this instance. Last of these rounds. Can I get a backup catcher? Alex Jackson is here. I think I'm gonna have to take him just to safeguard the getting shut out in the last round, which sucks. I'm gonna have to grab a pitcher as well this round, hopefully. I have 5 outfielders. I know I've seen this Waddy Lee before. I do like this card, but I have to get a pitcher here. Tom Hosky has good control. He's got good control, not good movement, but good control. That card's good enough. Oh, the question is Waddy Lee or Alex Jackson. I would want to take Waddy Lee. I just can't. I can't. I like this card. I do. But I can't take him because I can't get shut out of catchers in the last round. Watch there be like 3 of them. Okay, well, Zach Taylor, which is a decent enough card. Okay, so I need like 2 or 3 pitchers. Alex Sia, that's fine. And I gotta really just start picking guys at this stage. Nick Beerbolt, extreme fly ball. But I think my outfield defense is all right. Russ Swan, brown ball pitcher. Doesn't look like a very good card, but okay. It's a 64 team tournament or whatever. I'm in 64. So I guess I need to get, um, you know, 12 pitchers. Like I've started to come around on that line of thinking, and we'll take Kurt Abbott just on the bat alone. Okay. So let's manage this roster, shall we? So pitching with a 5-man rotation, it has Paholski in there. Okay. I guess I can get behind that. We do have we have 5 lefties in the bullpen, which that's all right. Um, question is, well, I guess I can't make beer bro beer brat beer brat fire brat fire bro. I I don't know how you say it. Baez, I think should be my my 5th starter. We are going to use him as a two-way player. Let's compare as the storm is starting to pick up. Let's compare these two guys. So the pitching ratings, Pahoski has better control. Baez has fine control. The control is good. Their pitches, um, they're comparable. Baez has just better pitches. Has two of the three are better. So I guess the question is Baez one of my outfielders? Is he my left fielder? No, he's not. Or is he? Where the heck is he? Well, that's interesting. Why? Oh, because I only have all batters and I didn't set him as a just a pitcher though. So there he is. Yeah, he's listed as a right fielder. Now, why doesn't am I just oh, there he is. I'm just stupid. He's currently not in, which is not really what I want to do. But John Wilson's there. Baez could play left field though. And Ty Cobb's the DH, so Vin Campbell would be out. Uh hmm. Yeah, I didn't really think that one through, did I? Well, can Campbell can't play anywhere else, and I don't want Cobb in the outfield. Baez. Okay. Well, I guess what happens there is I'll just alternate, and Baez will be my 5th starter. Baez will be the 5th starter. And Polsky becomes a setup guy, which I'm all right doing. I think I'm also going to go with 3 stoppers. Kind of just do it by committee here because, uh, yeah, I'm all right with that. I'm good with that and everything else here. And then I'll do the control in a bit. So the lineups is Baez playing the outfield. Now, this is where I think I would want Baez playing against lefties. As Campbell, it's okay. Yeah, Baez is in against lefties. Yeah, okay. Cobb is not in against lefties, which is intriguing. And I feel like he probably should be over Vin Campbell because he just looks better overall. Is there anybody else who could fit in? I don't think so. So yeah, I'm gonna put Cobb in as the DH. And then we'll do that with Baez hitting 4th. Do I have, I guess Perdomo backs up first base, which is kind of interesting that he's there because he can't really seem to play it. he doesn't have any ratings there or anything, but he's there, which that's intriguing to me. Um, okay. All right, let's go through the strategy. Um, Now I have a team that is honestly not over. It's more geared toward fly ball pitchers, which is not uh my ideal because I do have an excellent infield defense. I'll probably change. I'll probably shift things around, like play shifts and stuff with the infield, um, because the ranges on those guys are pretty spectacular, as are their infield errors. So, and their arms are okay, not great. Uh, my double play combination should be really good. The outfield defense, Jelly Gardner is excellent. I don't have good arms. That's going to be an issue across the board. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do infield shifts pretty frequently. And then we'll go into player strategy. So we'll look at the pitchers first. I know this video is taking longer um, than normal. I think I'm going to have a slow hook on Pedro. And we're going to go ahead and pitch around guys there. Cole Henri will pitch around somewhat. Hosky will pitch around somewhat. And we'll go ahead. I need to override those guys. Sorry about that. Maybe I'll actually edit this thing today. There we go. All right, let's get to hitters because I don't think there's anything else I want to do here. I have not done well with the the whatchamacallit, uh the pitch counts. I haven't done well with that at all. Granted, I haven't given that much of a chance, but I haven't done really well with that. Stealing, obviously, Vin Campbell, we're going to crank him up all the way on the stealing and 4 clicks on the running. He's in the 80s there and it's mid 80s. So I'm good with that. Jelly Gardner, I'm actually going to do 4 and 4. Being a 90, I could go all the way on stealing. I'm going to play that a little more conservatively. Luis Aparicio. Also, Jelly Gardner has 71 speed. Aparicio with his 90 speed, that's somebody I would actually consider going all the way. In fact, we'll go ahead and try that. And we'll go 3 clicks on the base running. Ganzel will pump up to 4 and the max because he has 94 base running. John Wilson will do the same. I really like those cards. To me, they are like the same. Those cards are essentially the same to me. Wilson's a little bit better overall. I'll also make Perdomo. I'll bump him up at least 2 here and not change anything else. Cobb, I'll go 2 and 2. Yeah. Okay. So that's it for this video. We'll just do that submit team. It's in. Hopefully we get good results. I like the team, but I feel like randomness could take over. I really do feel like this team could make a run. It is much more geared toward how I like building teams, which is I do have 3 guys with like above like elite power in the lineup. So I'm positive. I'm happy with that. And I guess Gansel has good power too, as does Campbell. Like there's power up and down this lineup, which is more than I normally have, but we're going to run like crazy. And we have very good infield defense. So we'll see what happens. Thank you for watching. And if you are in the path of this, of Henri, stay safe. And I'll see you on the other side of it. All right. Take care.